Today's topic is why money will never fail you. I've done hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. You are able to see things at a bigger scale than if it took you 40 years to do a billion. I was able to get 2 billion done in about 15 years. If I can give you any advice, find an OG that has the information already so you don't lose your shit. Your business needs to increase the top line revenue, stability, growth. You need to learn how to delegate, build a fortune. You just gotta get your game on, because if you focus on making money, no matter what happens to you in life, but if you have your money right, nothing's gonna be able to take you down. You can protect yourself and your family forever. So save your time, everybody. Focus on developing financial wall around yourself. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast with Anthony Powell. I'm excited to be here with you today because we've done an interview with Cody. Cody was amazing. If you didn't get a chance to watch the entire interview, I highly recommend that you do. Now, today we're gonna go back to one-on-one, me and you. And also, if you haven't gone back through all of my podcasts with myself or other interviews, I highly recommend you do it, because I've been unpacking my $2 billion story, okay? And it's a lot. There's little things in these podcasts that I've been doing that are like little nuggets on my 25-year journey. So it could be one little thing that you hear that really takes your business to the next level, okay? So let's get started. Today's topic is why money will never fail you. Isn't that a weird statement? You know, you need to protect yourself. And I've got more miles than all of you guys, right? And some of you more mature guys that are watching, maybe you have a few more miles than me. But here's the biggest thing I can tell you. I haven't played the game at 50 to 100,000 a month in volume, right? Sales volume. I've done hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. And it's not that I'm better than you, but when you do that kind of volume, you are able to see things at a bigger scale than if it took you 40 years to do a billion. I was able to get 2 billion done in about 15 years, right? A little bit, maybe 13 years. So I got to see a lot. One of the biggest mistakes people do when they're building their business is they want to focus on having a relationship first before they make all their money. Now, I get it. I'm just like you. I'm a human. I want love. I want someone to say I love you. But guys, you got to understand something. We have a lot of beat and switch happening in our marketplaces today. We all are looking at the definition of marriage or the definition of relationships based on 1950 or the 1920s or even earlier, the old-fashioned technique of get a relationship and marry the person and live happily ever after. That just doesn't exist on those terms anymore. Yes, you can get married. Yes, you want children. And yes, you want all the good perks of life, because that's what life's all about. But what you have to understand is, and for guys, let me talk to guys for a second, and then I'll talk to girls. Okay, guys, you have to understand, women play on a different playing field today. There's manipulation, I want chivalry, but I also want all your shit. I want you to open the door, but I'm also a big girl, I'm gonna make my own money. It's confusion for guys. You don't know what a girl wants. They want their cake and eat it too. And they don't, I'm not gonna cook, I'm not gonna take care of my house. Look, if you look at the woman's body and the man's body, it's very obvious. The woman's body, they didn't have boobs just to have boobs. It feeds the children. Let's get real about this. They don't have a vagina just to have a hole in their legs. It's to be impregnated to have a child. They don't have they don't have hips that are bearing for children just because they have extra fatty tissue in that area. Women are nurturers. They like to create and have a nest. And the feminists have come down and they said, that's not right. You can't talk like this. Bullshit. Women have roles and men have rules. If you look at a man has a muscular body. And by the way, we have more testosterone than a female has for a reason. We're frickin' hunters. We don't want women to be hunters. Men are attracted to feminine women that are nurturers, that know how to handle their house, protect the household, nurture the children. But you guys, the women or the guys, they're throwing these curveballs at you and you're not taking a step back to see if it's real or not. You're just like thinking it's 1950 and it doesn't matter how much her body count is. She's already laid down the pillow for somebody else. Think about that one. The head's been down and the ass has been up for some other man. And you're falling in love. You're not even looking at the whole picture here. Or deny. Oh, I didn't do that. Deny. And you're getting all caught up with this facade about what you think a marriage is supposed to be, or a relationship. And guys, I can't say it enough. I know you all want to have someone scratch. We're simple, right? Men, we want our back scratched. We want someone to cheer us on. We don't need that person, but we like it. If you had a good mom, when you're a male, you want to have a good woman next to you. They knows how to cheer you on, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to go out there and fucking win. You're going to get out there and you're going to break down those walls and you're going to bring that money home. But if you got the wrong woman next to you saying, give me this and I want that and I want to go do this and I want to travel, and they don't even think about your business and they disrespect you, and you take it, guys, you're going to have your shit taken. Now, how do I know this? I've had it happen to me 2 or 3 times. And the unfortunate thing is, if I can give you any advice, find an OG that has the information already so you don't lose your shit. But guess what happens to guys? That freaking penis gets in their way and they're hitting and their mind's all messed up and the woman's trick bagging them. Oh, I love you. Can I have some shoes? And you're getting all fucked up in the head. In the meantime, your business needs to increase the top line revenue, stability, growth. You need to learn how to delegate, build a fortune, an empire. It's not gonna happen, boys, when you got all this over here going on. You can say to your guys, oh yeah, I got this under control. I tell her how to have a seat and tell her what time it is. But when you go home, guess who's telling who what time it is? She's telling you what time it is, because you don't have any balls. And you know what I found out? The millennial men, millennials are the weakest males that have come forward and probably ever. You know why that is? Because the millennials are the first time the liberals got into our school system. They knew they couldn't get the baby boomers, which were my grandparents, right? Or my grandparents were the World War II veterans. My parents were the baby boomers, and I'm Generation X, right? We were kind of on the way of becoming a millennial, but we didn't go there yet. We were the 80s and 90s kids, and we had fun. We could ride our bikes and do everything. You guys, the millennials, if you are a millennial, the liberals said, hey, we can't control the USA or Europe with X and baby boomers. We got to infiltrate the school systems, because the mom and dad now, we forced both mom and dad to go to work. So now they don't watch what we're doing to their children at school, because mom and dad are tired. So now they're putting liberalism into your children's brains and totally fucking their brains up. And then when they hit 18, guess what? Fuck you, mom and dad, you're wrong. The way you think is wrong, mom and dad. Now they've got your children against you. That's what's happened to the male. The millennial males think eating plant-based and acting like a simp and not being a man, not following through, not working extra hours is what you gotta do. Having your mommy and daddy do it for you. How are you gonna do a business if this is how your mindset is? Look, I'm all for everyone having their own views. That's why I live in America, right? Everybody should have freedom of speech. But if you go against the grain of common sense and you've put a war against common sense, we're not gonna be able to hang out. But that did this to your children, the millennial boys. It is like, you can see them walking down the street and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? They look like guys, but they act like pussies. When the shit hits the fan, they quit. Now, the Generation Zers who have come after the millennials, they're kind of like 80% back to being like my generation, and 20% of them are still like a millennial where the progressive liberals fuck their brains up. But at least we're going back. The pendulum always swings, right? It was the hardest pendulum swing in the world history, maybe except for when the Roman empires decided to do their weird stuff. But the millennials really got trick bagged. Like, can you imagine thinking pea protein is gonna give you more protein than a freaking steak? Like, come on. But they believe it. They believe gluten-free is okay. Do you realize your body it works on gluten? The only people that shouldn't have gluten are people with celiac disease, because it irritates their stomach to a point of no return. It really hurts them, but they've got celiac disease. It's been a marketing ploy. Plant-based, gluten-free, bullshit this, electric cars. I mean, we were the men who went out there and would climb trees and catch bugs when we were young. So the point is, I'm making a lot of statements here to all of you. You just gotta get your game on, because if you focus on making money, no matter what happens to you in life, you're gonna have deaths, anniversaries, heartbreaks, your dog may die. I mean, you're gonna have so much, but if you have your money right, nothing's gonna be able to take you down. You can protect yourself and your family forever, but you guys cannot make the mistake of thinking you're gonna have a 1950 relationship in 2025 and 2026. It's just not gonna happen. Like my grandparents were married for 75 years. My grandpa and grandma said they were just as in love with each other when they died as when they met. Do you know they didn't have the games of, I'm gonna message you, and if I message you back instantly, I'm an idiot? No one had, this is ridiculous. Or I'm gonna go out and date you based on your car and what you can put in my bank account, and I'll give you some pussy for that. That's prostitution. This whole thing is fucked up. However, I never bought into it. Did I have a couple of those? Sure I did. I've spent $10 million dating in the last 12 years. 10 million. Some of you not even made $1 million in 10 years. I've spent 10 million dating, sending people on my jets, trips around the world. And I can tell you, it's not worth it. If I would have put that money and that time into building my business, yes, I've made a fortune. I could have made billions. And then I could have point blank focused my energy when I was ready on having a family. I don't have kids yet, because I've watched so many people force the relationship, and guess what happens? 90% of my boys have lost all their fortunes, because the woman wakes up and goes, you know what? I don't feel the same anymore. Fuck you. And you're like, well, what do you mean? Fuck you, I want half. Well, can't we go to the counselor? Nah. You know why? Didn't get a prenup. And the problem with prenups is you have to disclose what you have before they sign it. So now everyone knows what you got. So you're screwed there. Now they're gonna play your mind. If you do have a prenup, they're gonna play your mind. Because guys, let's face it. I mean, you guys aren't marrying fat girls that are ugly. You're marrying chicks that are hot. You think they're hot to you. So if they're doing that in today's world, they're gonna want, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want to travel, I want, me. It's not about what can I do for you, babe, for making my life better. And if you don't have what can I do for you, babe, for making my life better, fucking run. There is other vagina out there. Matter of fact, I saw the numbers the other day. There's 4.1 billion vaginas on the planet. So what are you getting so caught up on one vagina that's already been beat up by some other penis? Get your shit together, guys. I'm trying to be as graphic as possible so you understand. Don't be fucking stupid, right? Don't be stupid. I've seen so many guys lose all their money. Now, women, let me talk to you for a second. So I got a lot of good women that watch this. And you're probably just got done going, holy shit, that is out of control. But you know I'm right. Same thing goes with you women. You got to understand when you're dating, because I see a lot of professional women that you guys are getting the money, and you know, that's fun. I love it. I love to see successful women, but I don't like feminists. When it comes time to dating a high-powered guy like myself or somebody else, we don't give a shit what you got. We don't really care. We're proud of you, but if you wear a cock on your shoulder, we're out. Like the minute you act like I'm the big shot boss babe, and you're like, whoa, we don't need a boss babe, we need peace. So just remember that there's a lot of women that are gonna be sitting there going, I don't need a man. Okay, you're gonna be single for the rest of your life. You might wanna get a couple cats. It's usually the single woman with cats, that's the crazy ones, right? And also be careful, women, when you're making money, you get the mooches on you. They might give you some good sex, but then all of a sudden you can't let them go, but they're mooching on you. They're getting the free rent, you're feeding them. That's not a man, that's a mooch. I've seen it many times where guys have done that, and that just makes me want to slap them. Like, how could you possibly live on somebody? I would have 3 freaking jobs before I did that. I wouldn't even be home. I'd have 3 jobs. I would never be broke. There's no way. And I've never had a job since I was 20 years old. So, I've always been independent. So women, just remember, times have changed. And guys, times have changed. The old days of how we wanted to be curtsy, the women, and then the guys wanted to lay down their jacket and the woman walk across the fucking jacket when it's raining. It's over. It's unfortunate it's over, because I think deep down, it's fun to have a princess and it's fun to treat your lady a certain way. I'll always open the door. I'll always be that person, but women don't like that anymore. They want to have some dickhead, treat them like shit and never call them, so it's suspicious, and play games, and then I'll give you some pussy if you give me some material things. It's just such a horrible approach to dating. So save your time, everybody. Focus on developing a financial wall around yourself, so where you can choose what you want to have as an outcome in life. And then, and only then, should you start becoming someone that's focused on a relationship. There are instances where guys and girls can work together, right? Now, I've been doing this for almost 30 years. I've had to counsel many husband and wife and girlfriend and boyfriend relationships. What happens is, if you work together, you're gonna burn out each other's respect for each other. Because what happens is, in a relationship, you have to miss somebody. And if you're together all the time and you don't have miss anymore, you lose respect for each other, what originally brought you together. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people win big. They may start making all this money and it all falls apart because they end up hating each other. So I would highly recommend try not to do that. Maybe your significant other will help you a little bit in the evening or weekend, but don't let them do more than that. Matter of fact, I'll be very honest, I did this wrong twice and I got my ass handed to me. It sucked. I don't let my significant others know anything about my business. Jim Rohn told me that. He goes, keep your church and your state separate. Your love, let them be your love, and your business, let it be your business. And I'd go, yeah, but this is when I was a child, right? I'm like in my early 20s. Yeah, but what if I'm working so much and she cheats on me? He goes, not your girl, right? Next, okay? You're right, next. Why would you want that person anyways? Dirty. So you gotta get your mind right. It's 1,000% the money. What's the first goal? You gotta get $1 million. You gotta have, first thing you gotta do is invest all your money back into your business to grow the top line revenue. Then you gotta learn all the departments and all the skill sets to run the business. And then once you start getting excess cash above and beyond growing the business, then what you do is you start little bitty increases in your lifestyle so you live in a better part of town, but you don't need to get a big place. It's better to live in the best part of town in a small place than a bad part of town and have a huge place. Because whatever your eyeballs look at is your prosperity. And if your prosperity is beat up cars and shitty houses, but it's big, your mind's gonna think that way. Your mind is going to think that way. I can't tell you more. I lived in a studio, which was 400 square feet in the most pristine area of town when I first started. But it was like smaller than my office right here. I had a little wall that had a microwave and a sink and a little refrigerator. I had a futon over here with a TV over there, and I had a little desk on this side. That's what I did. That was my entire life. But when I walked outside and down the stairs, the street had Mercedes, Bentleys, rollers. See what I'm saying? And people on the outside would go, oh, wow, look at that. They got so normal that that's just the way it is. You have to listen to somebody someday. And I wish I had Jim Rohn, that thank God he led me in the right direction. Because I'm telling you, I had so much money go through my fingers in my 20s and I would have been broke. I would have been clubbing and I would have been buying Lamborghinis. I didn't have Lamborghini. Guys, I don't even want to tell you. It was so many millions. It would break a bank in my 20s. Like fucking tons of money. Like millions of dollars I made. I didn't have one Lamborghini. I didn't have one Ferrari, one Bentley, one Rolls Royce. I didn't have any designer clothes. It all went into the advertising, baby. And nobody could catch me. There'd be a stupid ass over here with its designer clothes on and his stupid car and broke. And I'm sitting here just kicking ass and taking names, building the wall around me. So guys, listen, if there's ever a time to clean up your life and understand how life is, guys and girls, don't get blinded by the booty. It's a game out there, guys. Are there good people? Of course. But unfortunately today, 80–90% are not good. There's an agenda behind the curtain, and the lure is the sex. And guess what? What is the real value of marriage? It was purity. Isn't that why you got married? If you go way back to the day when there was marriage, marriage was a definition for a man of purity. You're marrying a woman today that's had 5, 10, 20 bodies. What is the definition of marriage today? A girlfriend, you already are together, right? But what are you buying the cow for if the milk's free? Because some other guy, some other guy's gonna find out she's getting married and go, I already hit that. Get your shit straight. Don't get blinded by the booty. Get the money under control. Girls, same thing. It's not just for guys. You guys have the same problem. If you're a good girl, you got your game on, you're not letting everyone hit it, and you are a precious gem. Realize you're not a paper plate, you're fine china. And don't just let any Tom, Dick, or Harry come in there and hit it. You gotta protect yourself, because the value of who you are long-term is worth way more than any dollar figure. It's a tough one today, but you gotta get the money right. And I did that. I had some battles. I'm telling you about them. I've had my wife cheat on me and left. I've had it all. But at the end of the day, I never took my eye off the ball. I always kept moving forward. If I cried at night or if whatever I was doing, I always went forward. So guys, thank you for being on here today. Go ahead and click like and give me a comment. And subscribe. There's so many of you that watch this and you haven't subscribed yet. I'm really focused on helping people. I talk the truth, as you can see. So give me a subscribe and tell others about it, because I can help a lot of people. I'm not a sugarcoater. Yes, I've got Rolls Royces and nice penthouses, but I don't lead with that because it's not important. You'll see it. You see it. The ocean's right there. But I don't need to say, look at me, because I have material items. It's expected, right? I've earned it. So I'm telling you the things you need to hear as an entrepreneur. Now, guys, a lot of times you don't learn until the shit's hit the wall and you've lost everything. Don't be that guy, because when you lose it all and you got to rebound back up, it's 10 times harder, and your mind, your mental system gets disrupted for about 5 years. So just listen to the people that have gone through it. I know it's hard for you. You're like, oh no, it's never gonna happen to me. It will, if you don't get your shit straight, okay? Give me a subscribe, like, comment. We'll see you on next week, 6 o'clock Eastern. Bye for now.